Lev Vygotsky's theory of cognitive development offers valuable insights into how we learn and grow. Hi guys, welcome to this channel. In this video, we explore Vygotsky's theory of development. If you like the content of this video, please like it and subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon so you're up to date on all our videos. So let's get into it. An important concept in Vygotsky's theory is the zone of proximal development. Imagine a child learning to ride a bicycle. The zone of proximal development is the sweet spot where the child can almost ride on their own but still needs a little help. For instance, if a child can balance a bike with training wheels but struggles to ride without them, the zone of proximal development is where a parent can assist by gradually removing the training wheels as the child gains confidence. Scaffolding is an important part of the zone of proximal development. Scaffolding is like the support a teacher provides during a lesson. Picture a student learning to solve a math problem. At first, the teacher might show step-by-step examples and work through problems with the student. As the student becomes more proficient, the teacher reduces the support, allowing the student to tackle the problems more independently. This gradual reduction of help is what Vygotsky meant by scaffolding. Social interaction is crucial in Vygotsky's view. For example, consider a group project in school. When students work together, they discuss ideas, share knowledge, and solve problems collectively. This interaction helps students learn more efficiently than they would alone, as they can absorb different perspectives and strategies from their peers. Vygotsky's theory differs from Piaget's theory of cognitive development. Vygotsky and Piaget had different focuses. Piaget thought children progress through specific stages of cognitive development on their own, like a series of steps. Vygotsky, on the other hand, believed that social interactions and cultural context shape learning. For example, while Piaget might see a child's understanding of math as developing in stages, Vygotsky would emphasize how the child learns math through interactions with teachers and peers. Cultural tools are resources provided by a culture that helps us to think and learn. For instance, using a calculator in math class is a cultural tool that helps students perform complex calculations. Vygotsky believed that these tools influence how we learn and solve problems, showing our cognitive development is deeply tied to tools and symbols of our culture. The role of language. Language is central in Vygotsky's theory. Imagine a child learning new vocabulary by talking with an adult. As the child hears and uses new words in conversations, they begin to understand and remember them better. Vygotsky saw language as a key tool for thinking and learning, helping children to articulate and organize their thoughts. In education, Vygotsky's ideas suggest that teachers should adjust their methods based on the zone of proximal development. For example, in a reading lesson, a teacher might read a story aloud with students, discussing it and asking questions. As students become more confident in their reading skills, the teacher might encourage them to read more independently, gradually shifting the support to match their growing abilities. Vygotsky's theory recognizes that each learner is unique. For example, two children might learn to count in different ways based on their cultural backgrounds and previous experiences. While one might use objects like beads, another might use visual aids like drawings. Vygotsky's approach appreciates these differences and suggests tailoring learning experiences to each child's cultural and social context. Vygotsky's principles apply to learners of all ages. For example, in a college setting, students often collaborate on research projects, learning from each other's expertise. Similarly, younger children benefit from interactive play and guided activities. The core idea is that social interaction and cultural tools continue to play a role throughout life, supporting ongoing learning and development. While Vygotsky's theory is influential, some criticisms exist. For instance, the concept of zone of proximal development can be challenging to apply consistently in real classroom settings. Additionally, there's a debate over how well Vygotsky's ideas can be tested and measured empirically. Some argue that his focus on social interaction may overlook other aspects of cognitive development. In conclusion, Vygotsky's theory emphasizes the importance of social interaction, cultural context, and the gradual support provided during learning. By understanding these concepts and applying them in educational settings, we can better support the cognitive development of learners at all stages. So that's it for this video. If you're looking for quality mental health worksheets and resources, please visit my Etsy shop. The link is provided in the description box below. If you like the content of this video, please like it and subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you're notified when the next video comes out. As always, thanks for watching.